asparagus and some wild garlic. So I'm going to try and use all the seasonal ingredients at the minute and show how simple it is to put a real nice fish dish together. And the other dish is just going to be a really nice marinated monkfish, and I'm just going to do out of a really nice, like sort of chili coriander salad, really nice for spring, summertime. So 2 dishes which are ideal for this time of year.
Cool, you've only got 12 minutes, off you go.
Really? Okay, so the first dish I'm going to do is the hake dish. We've got first of all I'm just going to boil off the asparagus. This is local asparagus, which is great at the moment, this time of year. So.
I think out of all the chefs today, I think everyone's used it at some point. Yes,
Well,
shows it's seasonal, doesn't it?
So that's just the boiling water. I'm just going to slightly salt this on that one. Also here, which I've got for part of the dish, is just some boiled potatoes, little diced potatoes, which I've done earlier. They're going to be the element of the actual garnish for the dish, which I'll fry off later with the asparagus and the spinach. In the meantime as well, which I've got here, is some wild garlic, which just grows in bundles at the minute. Just everywhere you go, you'll find this sort of. We've got so much around our cottages and car parks and stuff. That's all been washed, and we're just going to sort of rip this up, and we're going to use it for a sort of like a pesto dressing, which will be mixed in with the chorizo as the sort of the dressing for it after.
Has anyone used wild garlic? Anyone got it going?
Yeah, we've got it on with a few dishes at the minute, just making the most of it while it's around, really, for the next couple of weeks.
Most of the really good farm shops and places like that will have it. Obviously, Tesco's won't have it, but yeah.
Like I say, I mean, it grows anywhere you go, really, so you'll find it. So I'm just going to do a really simple. If you were like going to do a pesto, you'd have the parmesan, some pistachios and stuff like that for it. But it's just going to be for the dressing, for the chorizo to go into. So it's just an extra virgin olive oil, which we're just going to blitz together.
I've already warned him not to leave any equipment around, because with chefs around, everyone eyed up that one moment it came in. It was like, oh, could do with one of those in the kitchen.
Yeah, it's the only one we've got, so
Don't worry, we won't have one at all later on.
We're not allowed to buy another one, so.
Oh, that's typical West Fliss. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, don't start waving drinks at me. I've got 2 people waving drinks, one over there and one over there. So it's all right for these managers, isn't it, Chef? You know, we're in the kitchen slaving away. They're there just having a drink.
Seen
you know.
that, yeah. You could at least bring one over.
Oh, yeah, right. Manager, buy a round? Come on. At least you can't hear.
It's going to take forever.
There we
go.
go. Always when there's a dem on. We love it. They're great, but...
So asparagus is just going to drop into the boiling water, literally for about 2-3 minutes, just to take that bite off it a little bit. Just remember, it's going to be cooked again with the spinach and the chorizo and that later. So, and then the next thing we're going to do is actually cook the chorizo. So I've just got some diced up here. I'll wait for this pan to get a bit hot, but I'm not going to add any oil to this, because obviously it's going to produce so much of its own cooking oil. You just won't need any oil to cook it with. So that's on there. Got the hake.
Yeah, I mean, hakes are great. I mean, again, I was saying about hake is that, 15 years ago, it all went to Spain. And now it's very common over here. I mean, it's almost like it wasn't, probably 15, 20 years ago, who heard of hake over here, really? Now I was buying, I'll tell him the price I was going to pay this morning. It was $4.95 a kilo, whole fish.
Yeah.
That's
such
cheap
good value, so.
Where cod is about, I think, about $8.95 a kilo on the bone. So it just shows the difference, and it's just as good a fish. I mean,
so
it's fantastic.
Meaty, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
it's
works
lovely.
with a lot of meat stuff on the plates, every ingredient, so you get a good price on it, like you said. So the asparagus is boiling away, and we've got the chorizo. You can see already the juice is coming from there. Just want to fry it off to get a bit of colour for it first. Get it all on here, get the whole lot going.
Yeah.
Takes a while.
It does help, yeah, I'd say. Also, the pans don't go in the oven.
All right.
Yeah.
We got some trays.
Emma's begging they don't go in the oven. I'd say there'll be no handles left by the end of it. They've lasted well already today. So you're just using veg oil, or?
Yeah, it's going to be vegetable oil for the fish. I'm going to cook this skin side down to get a crispy skin, and just really leave it skin side down. It's going to add a little butter, and I'll put it in the oven for about 4 or 5 minutes, if that, just to cook through. So again, important to season your fish well. It's again what a lot of people don't seem to do is season as well at home and stuff. So
no, we were talking about it earlier that you need salt and pepper on things. It's there to add flavour.
Yeah, exactly. So the asparagus is ready to drain.
Let's drain it. Extraordinary. Ah, wait a minute. Right, now we need something to drain it into. Is that your bowl?
Yeah, that's one of my serving ones.
There you go. Improvisation all day long. Yeah, just don't pour the boiling water over my fingers. It's all right.
Okay, so that's the asparagus. If we did have any ice, I think what prepared was like that.
No, it's all in the drinks that they're all enjoying outside. You see, there's a gentleman there sat there. Yeah, the two there. Yeah, see, they didn't get one for everyone else. Oh, it's just not good, is it, really?
But ideally, if you're going to do sort of blanched green veg at home, it's good to have some ice water. So as soon as it comes out the boiling water, it stops cooking straight away, and it'll keep its colour, and it'll keep its texture and everything there. So.
Any of you been to the Cary Arms? Yes. Yeah, but you don't count. You don't count in the front row. Rent-A-Crowd doesn't count in the front row. Yeah, fabulous spot. I mean, on a day like today, it'd be absolutely tremendous tonight. So yeah, go. You're full? No, you're not. No, the terrace is emptying.
Yeah,
I think he said he can do another 75 covers on the terrace tonight.
Squeeze some more.
So.
Easy now. Okay, so that one's. So if you can see there, that's all the oil come from the chorizo, just from that little bit there. I mean, that'll be great for marinating some meat or anything you wanted to do for the next day. Instead of doing a new oil, you've got that from the chorizo
the flavours there, isn't it?
The flavours there as well. So you could use that for dressings or anything else similar. So I'm just going to drain that off as well. This pan's going to move down. This is for the hake, so it's nice and hot now. The hake's gone in skin side down. So when this dish comes together, the chorizo is going to be added to this wild garlic dressing, and that'll be to finish the dish off at the end. And the last bit to this dish might be
a new pan.
Got one of these?
No, give it to the volunteers out there. I'm sure they'll bring it back for you.
That one back. Cheers. I think I saw one. There you go.
We won't tell them that.
No. Okay, so now the next bit's going to be the next garnish for the hake to sit on. So we've got the potatoes. I'm just going to put some butter and a bit of veg oil in there to melt down. We're going to add the potatoes in there just to brown off a little bit. And that's going to be with the asparagus and some spinach, which we've got here as well.
And you pre-cook the potatoes just till they're nearly done, yeah?
Yeah, just to the boil, and then just so they softened a little bit. Taking forever, isn't it?
Well, it's on the smallest ring. I mean,
Well,
sorry, chef.
thanks. Oh, thank you.
Oh, see that?
Cheers.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, hey, thank you very much. Cheers, everyone. Oh, it's a half, yes. I don't do pints when I'm working.
Really? Well, they got me it. I didn't ask for it, so I won't turn it down.
Well, that's your story, chef.
So we got a tray for the hake just to go in.
Baking tray. Come on, start a baking tray. Where'd it go? It's probably at the elephant by now. I know. I don't know where it's gone. Hello. Tell you what. Pop it on the bottom tray. There you go. Improvisation again. Just take the rack off and...
Spatulas. Okay, so we've got the hake going there. I'm just going to add a little bit of butter to this hake. You see the potatoes are cooking nicely in the oil and butter. Like I said, they're already cooked, so you don't need much to them. It's just to brown them off, really. And then the asparagus will cut down a little bit. And then we've got some washed spinach here, which is going to be used just to wilt down with that as well.
Do you want to get your fish in the oven, chef?
It's going in.
It's all right. Perfect.
Okay, so the hake's gone in at
Oh, that was nearly a commie error there, chef. Hot pan on a board, what would you have done there? Yeah, there'd have been bloodshed. No, it's quite often do it. The worst thing I do when I was in the kitchen, always, somebody would put a pan down and not tell me, then take the pan away, and I just put my hand on the...
on the handle.
Yeah. Yes, kitchen French. Comes out then. We're very mild-mannered people, aren't we?
We are, aren't we? We don't... Very. Okay, so like I said, that's the main of the dish done now. Just going to wait on the hake. Going to add this chorizo to the wild garlic dressing. All the oil's been drained off it now. That's going to be...
So with your second dish, while that hake's cooking, what's that? Because you got monkfish there, haven't you?
Yeah, we've got some marinated monkfish.
What's it marinated in?
So I'm going to do the marination in a minute. So we've got shallots, chilli, garlic, coriander, basil, parsley.
Oh, okay.
Bit of olive oil. This has been marinating since sort of 9 o'clock this morning. It's the one I'll do, but I'll show you how to marinate it as well with a bit of monkfish there. And also the dressing with this one is going to be same sort of marinade, but with just some tomatoes and that for it, which will be for the dressing as well. And we're going to stew that with some nice pea shoots, rocket, watercress, and some micro herbs on that one.
It's amazing how, again, I started cooking in the 80s. Yeah, say that. Yeah. Shh. And, pea shoots, no one was ever using them back then. It was like, pea shoots, we're going to use peas on it. Now it's everywhere.
Everywhere now, isn't it?
If it grows, you can use it, apparently. And we were talking about foraging earlier on. Is the in-chef word of the time at the moment, foraging.
Of course, yeah.
And I'm sure you spend 7 days a week out in the morning going for 3 hours
course,
foraging.
Yeah, that's what we all do. So
yes. I call foraging going down like I did this morning and went down to Dartfresh stand and picking up some rhubarb. That was foraging for me at 8 o'clock this morning.
You said there's some great stuff out there at the minute, isn't there? Coming into the seasons and that. Okay, so this, as you can see, the potatoes are browned off. You got the spinach and asparagus through there. So again, just before to go on to season, salt and pepper on that one.
So is this on the menu at the minute, or did you put it on as a special?
It's a very similar dish to what you would do. It's like, again, we're using garlic, asparagus, hake's always on the menu at the moment. So sort of ingredients work together, and it's just it's the sort of food you'd see down our place with just it's very simple seafood, but using the right ingredients, seasonal, just keeping it very simple. To be fair, it's just like you'll see with the next dish is a great one for a lunchtime special, a monkfish salad and stuff. So
I think the key factor is simple is best. If you get good ingredients, you don't have to do a lot to it. I think there's the biggest thing in cooking I find is that if you get something really good, you can only spoil it if you overdo it. If you put too many ingredients with it, put too much cooking with it, too many things on the plate, you end up ruining what can be a really fine ingredient. So I'd always envisage to say less is more.
That oven's taken for ages.
That's
so
right, you start mise en place in your other one now.
I'm going to start on the monkfish. So like I just went through the ingredients first. So we got shallots, chilli, garlic, some basil, parsley and coriander. That's going to be with a little bit of olive oil, some lemon, lime. And that's going to be a marinade for the monkfish and for the dressing later on as well. So we'll start with the shallot. We're just going to finely chop all these ingredients and then I think in the recipes you've got up there, you've done for 2 people, so obviously you'd be using a bit extra of these ingredients I've got for today.
Well, that's one up on me. I didn't have any. Oh, you see, that's the professional team behind you doing the recipes.
The recipes. That's all my idea, obviously.
Oh, of course, yeah. That's what you told them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've just got 2 holes straight through my forehead. Then. Can you see that?
So we just got some garlic. Again, that's roughly through.
So, what sort of dishes you got on the moment at the menu? Are you changing specials daily and things?
We've got some nice spring lamb on at the moment. We've got, like I said, the hake dish is on the menu with sort of like a Dijon pesto, like a nut crust, which is going down really well at the moment. And again, that's with like a wild garlic basil pesto. Sort of coming into the saladies, we've got mussels are always on and just so popular, River X mussels at the moment. But also where we are, people have been there, we've got our classics on as well, so we've always doing the sort of fish and chips, which we serve like in newspaper, really rustic. The steak and ale pie, which is the massive, it's been on since day one sort of thing. And it's always been on, the most popular sort of dish. Crab salads, just for very good gastro pub food really. And we're always changing the specials and but we do a lot of seafood obviously where we are. It'd be silly not to be fair.
Yeah, I'd hope so. Yeah.
And I mean,
and you do good, and you do Sunday lunch as well, don't you?
Sunday
roast,
always
busy.
Yeah, which is we also do at the end of each month sort of a gastro evening, which is like a set menu, sort of a seafood, might be a spring menu, and that'll be with matching wines as well. So that's a really popular evening as well. So yeah, it's all good at the minute, and we're really busy as well. So
yeah, I think you need about 3 more chefs apparently.
I think so. Yeah. We'll struggle on. Right, so we've got a spatula or.
I have. You got a spatula right there, guys? Is there one underneath?
Probably.
In that box.
There you go. That's a nice one, look. Familiar?
That's 2 now. If you don't know the story, I did the sauce trade show with Taste of the West, and I had one of those spatulas brand new out of my new set, and they're not that expensive, but expensive enough. And I go back, and after a couple of weeks, I can't find it. I'm like, where has it gone? Must have been one of those commies that's stolen it. Come here this morning, 8 o'clock, and there's Emma stirring the bacon with my spatula. And strangely enough, I've just found another one now.
So that's a nice one.
Yeah. All right, I'll swap you for your dynamics.
Don't know.
Normally always tell. Hang on. Yeah, that's mine. I tell you, you have to nail it down or put it on a chain.
So I'm just finishing this hake dish now. It's come out. So you got the dressing. And the chorizo around there as well. And that's sort of it. So it's colourful, it's the fish, works with the chorizo and asparagus, garlic, so it's just...
Yeah, nice and simple, nice and easy. Again, easy ingredients you can get hold of.
Yeah.
Simply cooked.
So I mean, so it's just something you could easily do at home, couldn't you? And it's just quite a simple sort of dish to do. So in here we've got the shallots, garlic and chilli. We're going to pick some basil, parsley and coriander through there.
Do you need some more fry pans?
I'm just going to need 1 at the moment for the monkfish.
Right.
So, please.
Sorry, the drinking party in here, I'll get them to do some work. Hello, sorry. Would you like some canapes as well? Oh, hello. Oh, hello. This is wine. Oh, dear. Can't leave him alone for 5 minutes, can you?
I've also got a bit of lemon juice going into that one. Bit of lime through there. So that's all mixed through. We're going to just do a bit of olive oil through that one. I said this will be the base for our dressing as well for the salad at the end. So this is the one we've done earlier, which has been marinating for about 5-6 hours now. Again, the longer you can leave it to marinate, the better, just to enhance all those flavours through there. So it's just monkfish tail, which we've got here, which is a little bit cheaper at the minute than
I think they call that better late than never. Did
fillet.
you want some trays, chef?
I'm alright. Yeah, I did want them.
They say it's the thought that counts. Thank you.
As you can see, I've just cut them into sort of 1-inch medallion sort of sizes. I need to keep.
I mean, monkfish is quite an expensive, or actually, it's actually anglerfish. It's not actually monkfish, which not a lot of people know the difference. Anyone know the difference? No? Well, monkfish, true monkfish, is a relation of the shark, and is actually about the same size as a shark. Grows to about 100 pounds in weight, and is a very long fish that looks a bit like a guitar. Whereas anglerfish, which is actually what it is, it's basically a giant head with big teeth and a tail. And that's what monkfish is sold as, is anglerfish. True monkfish is very rare now these days. So, again, when I was growing up, it was all the time. But I think when I first started cooking, you could buy monkfish tails, true monkfish tails, at about £2 a kilo. Now I think they're about $11.95, $12.95 a kilo.
And the rest sometimes does very expensive.
The bigger they get, the more expensive they get.
Yeah.
I mean, ridiculous money. But as a treat now and again, it's not a problem at all. You've got the two ends of the spectrum there, with the hake and the monkfish.
Yeah, we'll use these sort of on a special if we get a good price on them or something. And people love them as well. They fly out.
And if you've got time, you can fish at Babbacombe Pier and grab some mackerel as well.
Yeah, of course.
Helps the food cost you.
So that's the monkfish gone into the marinade. Soak it all through there. And that'll just be cling filmed, and we'd leave that in the fridge for, like I said, overnight, as long as you can, really.
Yeah, because you can barbecue that as well. If you wanted to put bigger pieces, you could barbecue it. All sorts.
Yeah, it'd be lovely. Yep. It's ideal for this time of year. So I'm going to do this is the one which has been marinating. Obviously, the oil's all going to come from the marinade, so you won't need any in the pan. And again, because of the size of the cut as well, they're not going to take too long to cook. So hopefully on the
no, this should be fine. That's right.
To get all those flavours in there as well with it. And then to the actual dressing, which I've kept a little bit of the marinade back. So again, we're just going to add some vine tomatoes through that. And again, this is just going to add to the flavour as well with the vine tomatoes through the salad. Just going to sort of quarter those up.
And even though it's a bit more expensive, it's always so much better to buy your tomatoes on the vine. I mean, they just have that wonderful smell.
So much flavour, haven't they?
Yeah, and keep them on the vine because they'll keep longer in the fridge. All right, so it's the moment you start taking them off the vine, they'll ripen really quickly and they'll go off. Got a few capers there.
Yeah, again, I think just capers with any sort of fish will work with anything, and it's either if it's in a butter sauce for a lemon sole, just keep it simple, sort of things like that, and it works. So like I said, through here we've got some watercress, pea shoots we're going to add through there as well. We're just going to got a lemon. Did have a lemon olive oil with me?
Nope.
Nope.
Right.
I did bring a lemon olive oil with me, so it should be.
That's garlic, that one.
What?
That's all right.
That's all
Bit
right.
of lemon, bit of olive oil, will be all right. Dress it up. Yeah, that's garlic. That's not one. Yeah.
So again, important just to dress your salad slightly for a bit of extra flavour.
Yes, they don't want to do the breaststroke. There's nothing worse than you get a salad and it's just like dripping in dressing.
Cool.
You can always add more, you can't take it away. Once you've dressed those leaves, that's the trouble. They'll become damp, they'll become squashed, they'll become awful.
So it's bringing some great smells from this monkfish now. The chilli, the garlic. Just going to turn that and carry cooking. Just going to put some sun-blushed tomatoes through this salad as well. It gives it another bite, different texture.
We all use sun-blushed tomatoes or heard of them, or anyone? Yeah, I mean, again, something that's, obviously the Italians and the French have had for hundreds of years, and we were only beginning to, in the last sort of 25 years, use them. And you can actually do them yourself. It's actually really easy, especially in the summertime. You get some lovely hot summer days, just quarter some cherry tomatoes, a little bit of salt and sugar, and leave them outside under a cover and let the sun semi-dry them during the day. They'll be lovely. And then just put them in a jar with a little bit of olive oil and they'll be lovely. So, when we do actually get some sunshine, or if you can do them in the oven on a very, very, very low oven, just about sort of 40 degrees, 45 degrees, just where it's on. Put them on a tray and do exactly the same. It's a good way when the tomatoes are at their best, of preserving them for the winter time.
Also into this salad we've just got some Parma ham crisps, which we've just literally done on a very high temperature in the oven on some grease proofs, Parma ham. And then as soon as it comes out, just drain it. And again, it's ideal for garnishing just fish dishes like we could do on there. Great through salads, just for a different sort of texture as well. And they'll keep for ages, just dried up through like that. So the monkfish. Okay, we're just going to pop that in there before we put it on the salad. Okay, if you just put that straight on the salad, it just sort of start wilting down the salad before it went out to the customer. So it's important to drain these things as well. And I'm just going to scatter this monkfish around, and this is sort of a typical summer lunchtime special you might find down the Cary Arms. It's just I said, simple, and it's just good flavours, what work together. So we've got this vine tomato and the marinade as the dressing. Just goes around there. We'll finish just with a few capers. And then the Parma ham crisps just to scatter on top as the garnish. And then we have the monkfish salad as well.
Lovely, well done, Ben. Thank you. Great round of applause for Ben. You can have a drink now.
Thank you. Yeah,
cheers. You're very good health. Well done.
Cheers. Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.
Cheers. Any questions for Ben or anything? Please, more than welcome to ask. He's just gone, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm going now.
No, you don't escape that easily.
Yeah, it grows in the leaves. I think I used them all now, but it's yeah, you'll see them around. It's just like a very bright, dark green, pointy leaves, but they grow in just bundles everywhere, and it's
they don't have the sort of bulbs are a bit like a spring onion. They're not like a normal garlic. That's why some people use the little bulbs, but mainly it's all the leaf that gets used.
So, yeah. Not too much, to be honest. And again, you pay such a high price. You see it around on specials every now and then, but the price is just rocketing through the roof as well. So it's one of those maybe for a special occasion or something. But like I said, when you got things like hake, which is 10 times cheaper, and it's got such flavour with it, it seems silly not to use that sort of cut of fish. So I think. We do lunch 12 till 3 o'clock. And dinner service is 6:30 until 9 p.m. So.
And the telephone number is?
Yeah. Get that after. I'm not giving it to everyone.
Yeah, don't worry. It can get repeated on the big screen, and you can have it put up in big lights.
Oh yeah, that'll be alright. Is that everything?
It's desperate to try this. Oh.
I'm not going back. I'm staying in, aren't I?
Yeah, don't blame. That's all right. I'll cover for you, chef.
You'll be all right,
you had a major accident.
Well, I don't
Oh,
know.
we will, don't worry.
All right.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Well, as I say, he doesn't. Oh, I thought they were talking about something. He doesn't do very many of these, so it's great for him to come down. As you say, Cary on a place like today is a fabulous spot to go and just sit and have a drink, or you do cream teas and things, don't you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, through the
You know,
afternoon.
and I think you agree he's done a fab job. So just a round of applause there for Ben.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. And in about 25 minutes, we got our next one, which is Dinesh coming on. Oh, hello. Oh, there you go. So there's a competition in the Herald Express apparently to win.
It's
been an
lunch for 12 at the Cary.
easy.